Seller financing. How to talk to a seller to gauge their motivation and to evaluate the deal so you can give a seller financing offer. Hey gang, my name is Mike with MyRealEstateDojo.com, and today we're going to talk about exactly the seller phone script for seller financing, aka subject to real estate investing. One of the first things you have to realize is that not all sellers are motivated. And that's a really important idea. Because if you want to buy houses with owner financing, with seller financing, subject to real estate investing, you can only deal with motivated sellers. In other words, your target audience are motivated sellers. And let me underline motivated. Because if you are talking to an average seller and you're trying to buy their home by taking over their house payments, they're going to laugh you funny. They're going to laugh you away. Okay? So the most important part is having a sales script, which you can download from my website at myrealestatedojo.com. It's called my Ninja Phone Script. That's going to gauge the seller's motivation. At the same time, the types of questions you ask a seller needs to probe them to pull out the information you need to help you structure a deal that's going to be a win for the seller and a win for you. Okay, one of the most important questions to ask a seller, for example, is, hey, Mrs. Seller, this is a beautiful home. Why do you want to sell this property? Okay, what's your situation? Now, this is one of the most important questions ever. Now, notice that I said, hey, Mrs. Seller, this is a beautiful home. Very first thing I want to do is I don't want to, bring down the seller's property. I don't want to talk smack about it. I don't want to diss their property. That's what everyone else does in negotiation. What I want to do is I want to prep them up. I want to make them feel good about their property. So that's why I said this is a beautiful home. Even if it's not a beautiful home, right? I'm still saying, hey, this is a beautiful property. This is a beautiful home. Why do you want to sell, Mr. Seller? What's your situation? And then I zip it and I stay be quiet. I don't say another word and let the seller talk. Now, this question is very important. I have at least like 30 questions. This is one of the most important questions out of the 30. There's a couple of other ones in my Ninja Phone Script, which you can download at My Real Estate Dojo right now for less than $100. Okay, is we want to know what's the main reason the seller wants to sell their home. If they answered the question, hey, Mr. Seller, why do you want to sell? What's your situation? And if the seller says something like, well, I'm just testing the waters, versus if they say something like, I'm going to a divorce and my wife has left me, okay? Now, you have two types of sellers there. One is highly motivated. The other one's not even motivated, just testing the waters, okay? So if I'm talking to a seller that says, hey, I'm just testing the waters, then seller financing is probably not going to work for them. 99% of the time, it's not going to work for them, guys and gals. Now, if I'm talking to a seller and I ask them, what's your situation? Why do you want to sell your home? And they say, look, I'm going to a divorce. My wife left me and I can't afford to make the house payments because we need both of the payments. Well, now that is a highly motivated seller. That is a deal where I can buy it subject to an existing mortgage. And in other words, AKA taking over house payments, where the seller will become my private bank. So I don't have to get a loan from the bank. I don't have to use my Social Security. I don't have to put a large down payment down. I don't have to do any of that stuff because the seller already has a mortgage. And all I do is just step into their shoes, have them deed me the property while I make their monthly payments for them. Okay? So in this situation, you can see why the questions you ask is so important. This is why I highly recommend everyone download my Ninja Phone Script, because not only do you have a set of questions that's going to draw out information that's going to help you structure a seller financing or buy the house at a deep discount, it's going to help you evaluate the deal, because in my Ninja Phone Script, it's like 4 parts. Part number 1 is a bunch of questions that you have to ask the seller. Part number 2 is going to help you evaluate the deal to let you know if this is a good deal, if this is a bad deal, if this is a cash deal, or if this is a seller financing deal. Because in the evaluation part, it'll let you know by the questions you ask if this is a seller financing deal or if this is a deep discounted cash offer deal, okay? At the same time, my Ninja Phone Script also allows you, and this is the best part, to listen in live to live calls with sellers. So again, my students are talking to sellers. They're asking them these questions, they're giving offers, and you get to actually listen in live to real sellers with real estate investors talking to each other, trying to negotiate the deal. So you get to listen to all the mistakes they make and all the good points they make, so you learn how to do it. And this is priceless. I've never been in any school where they allow me to listen to a live call with a seller where we're negotiating owner financing. This is what this Ninja phone script is so awesome, because you get to listen to it and hear the role play and improve your communication skills with the seller. Okay, so on top of having the questions that filters them, on top of learning how to structure the deal, on top of having to know how to evaluate the deal, okay, we also have live calls that you can learn how to role play and listen to other students making phone calls. Okay, on top of that, I'm giving you the seller motivated seller database. We can track all these sellers and a bunch of other good stuff in my Ninja phone script right now. And you can download it for less than $100. Normally I sell this for $750. It's way worth it. It's revolutionary, because not is it only a phone script, but again, it's a deal evaluator. You can listen to live calls being made with multiple home sellers, and you can see my students talking to these sellers while I'm coaching them and correcting them, so you can learn how to do it yourself. Okay, you can get it all right now at myrealestatedojo.com, my Ninja phone script. So one of the first questions you have to ask any seller is, hey, Mrs. Seller, this is a beautiful home. Why do you want to sell? What's your situation? If the seller answers questions like, hey, I'm going to a divorce, hey, I lost my job, hey, I'm behind on my payments, now this is where you identify them as being a highly motivated seller. The next question that is in my Ninja phone script you should highly download is, hey, if my cash offer worked for you and it worked for me, when did you want to move out of the house, Mr. Seller? So basically I'm prepping them up to let them know that if he or she wants me to buy their home, it needs to be a win-win situation. It has to work for them and for me. So again, I'll say something like this. Hey, Mrs. Seller, if my cash offer worked for you and it worked for me, when did you want to move out of the property? Now, the next question, the way to answer that is very, very important. If the seller says, well, I'm just testing the waters, I'm not really sure, then he or she's not a motivated seller. If the seller says like, hey, tomorrow I'm ready to sell this home, then he or she's very, very motivated. Or if the seller says something like, we've already moved out, my wife has left me, I've gone to a divorce, and I've already moved out of the property's vacant. See, that is ding, 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 ding. That is a highly motivated seller. So this is why it's so crucial you download my Ninja phone script, because it lets you know which question relates to highly motivated sellers. Okay, and then again, we have video training on how to use a Ninja phone script. Plus, we have live training with sellers where my students are talking to them. So if you haven't downloaded my Ninja phone script, I highly recommend going to myrealestatedojo.com, downloading my Ninja phone script. Again, you can get it for less than $100. Normally, I retail it for $750. It's definitely worth it. I use it. All my students use it in my profit sharing. This phone script is revolutionary because there's a lot of insider information that you need to know to help you and the seller create a win-win situation, even if you want to buy the house at a deep discount or if you want to buy it subject to his existing mortgage. Excuse me, seller financing, aka taking over payments. The Ninja phone script will help you gather the information. It will help you evaluate the deal. It will also help you give an offer, because I show you how to give offers in the Ninja phone script with seller financing. And on top of that, there's video training, there's the PDF, and so on and so on. So if you haven't downloaded, go to myrealestatedojo.com, download it right now. Again, it's just less than $100. And I promise you, once you download it and you watch the training video, you're going to come back and get more products, because my stuff is that good. I would say 90% of my students, when they buy something, they buy and come back more and more and more. That tells you something. Go check out my reviews at google.com. Again, always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. If you haven't downloaded my Ninja phone script, I highly recommend it. Check out my work for $97. You're getting so much value, it's going to blow you away. Peace. Real quick, download my free book, Real Estate Investing for Beginners, the ultimate starter guide at myrealestatedojo.com, where I teach you how to find motivated sellers,
buy their homes at a deep discount, and then have the seller become your own private bank. Subject to, get it now. One more thing, if you're looking for private one-on-one help when it comes to real estate investing, then consider joining my academy where you sit down with me one-on-one. 2, you get monthly coaching. 3, you get access to my best-selling courses. 4, you get access to my video library, and then the list goes on for just $97 a month. Join me now at MrNoFluff.com. Lastly, the best six-figure side hustle, bicycle flipping. Want to see how? Here's a behind-the-scene video how I did it. Go to thebestsidehustle.MrNoFluff.com. Now let's get back to the content.